Hey guys, James saying. So today's video I want to show you that if you're using the Rode Wireless Go, and if you have a field recorder, in this case I have a Zoom H5, you can get your Rode Wireless Go recordings onto two separate tracks. So one way to do it is, I have the Zoom H5. Now you cannot, with the Rode Wireless Go, you cannot use this capsule. This capsule does not supply any phantom power. This is a Zoom EXH6, but the two XLR connectors on the bottom of the Zoom H5, you can go into the menus and supply phantom power. So you will need a cable. So a 3.5 TRS has the two black lines, tip, what's it, tip ring sleeve, is that what TRS stands for? TRS, the two black lines, the three black lines is for like a phone. So this takes a 3.5 millimeter connection, turns it into two XLR connectors. And that way when I record, so on your receiver, this, which is not turned on right now, I'm recording on the Comica to the Rodecaster Pro. This gets plugged into here. This plugs into here. This is not turned on yet. There's some settings that have to be done on this. Disconnected it, and then, as I said, you cannot connect to the EXH6 connector. You have to use the built-in number 1 and number 2, which is here, number 1 and number 2. These will plug into here. That will be there. This is a 6-foot cable. This is, I'll leave a link. It's just like a $20 cable. It's a Hosa. So this is going to be my setup to get my two transmitters going to one receiver, and then the receiver split to two signals that will be recorded onto two separate tracks, which really comes in handy, especially like if I'm, well, anyway, you always want to try to get your audio tracks on their own track so you can affect that person's voice. One person's talking louder, one person's talking more quiet. One audio needs more tweaked a certain way than another, and if they're mixed together, it makes it very challenging. Now, on the Rode Wireless Go, on your transmitter, on your receiver, you have to be in merged mode. So, I'm going to turn this on. And there's one of two ways that you can do this. So right now I am in split mode because I can tell, because I have two signal tracks. If I hold these two buttons here at the same time, now you will see that, let me turn my camera back a little bit, I only have one track. There we go. I only have one track. So I'm going to push this again. These two buttons here simultaneously. Now, get the shine off there. So now I'm on two separate tracks. Or the other way to do this, if you take your Rode receiver, I'm going to connect it to the computer with the supplied cable that came from Rode when you buy your Rode Wireless Go. And then open up, you have to download the app, go to your Rode Central. So here's my receiver that's connected. And right now I am in split mode. So you could change, instead of using the two buttons, oops, wrong one. You can change it here. Now I'm on merged mode. So you have to be in split mode. You have to be in split mode if you're going to record to two separate tracks. which also, if you make the mistake, I've done this before, if you're in split mode and you're trying to record, oftentimes I'll just have my my Rode Wireless Go plugged into the left-right. This is a single channel. If you're in split mode and you forget to put back on merge, it's only gonna record one of your transmitters. So if you're recording to one source, you need to be in merged mode. If you are recording to two channels, you need to be in split mode. So you can either change it on the device or you can change it on the computer when you go into Rode Central. Okay, so let's get to some recordings and show you that, yes, they are on two separate tracks. Okay, guys, so to show you, when I take the card out of my Zoom H5, let me plug it into the computer. So when that gets plugged in, so this card pops up, go to multi, and because it's going to default to folder 1, because I recorded, I had the 3.5 cable that splits to two XLR connectors, and XLR connector 1 and 2 on the bottom of the Zoom H5. That gives me a recording on channel 1, or it's TR1, it's a WAV file, and TR2. So one of my Rode Wireless Go is recorded here. The other Rode Wireless Go is recorded here. So they're on two separate tracks, and that's your goal. All right, guys, so we're on location here, and what we're testing is getting the Rode Wireless Go onto two separate channels, and I'm using the Zoom HN5 with a 3.5 millimeter jack to two XLR splitters. So the goal, because I talk so much louder than Nicole. Hi, Nicole.
Hi, James.
Now we are using these are the Rode lav mics. They're omnidirectional, so they will pick up each other's microphones, sounds, some.
So that's gross.
Yeah, it is gross.
I hate to think, if I should die, I get put in the back of an 18-wheeler truck.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me so much as how it affects the living, meaning that the hospital's so overwhelmed with beds being taken, hospitals on bypass, because the other sickness and illnesses continue. Right,
and God forbid you get in a car wreck.
Yeah, and the hospital's on divert. That means the ambulance isn't coming to your hospital. They're going to a different, they have to spend another 20 minutes or 30 minutes driving to another hospital.
Yeah, and that might be 20 or 30 minutes that you can't afford to lose.
All right, guys, if you like the channel, hit the thumbs up. It would help my channel. And if you found the information helpful or useful, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you do, remember to turn on notifications so that you don't miss when the next video comes out. All right, guys, thanks so much. We'll see you in the next video.